Well, welcome to Found in Focus. I had the privilege of interviewing Nicole Salmon. Her book is Courage and Confidence. She shares her story this week on the Found podcast of finding her courage and confidence in Christ. And she shares a story of being a single mom, the journey of finding her voice when really the lesson in her life was as a child, she was reinforced. First of all, be a good performer, make sure you perform well. But children are, meant to be silent. And she really shared her story of feeling many ways, inappropriate, as she said, like maybe she was too loud or too outspoken or too talkative. And maybe that's been a bit of your journey, but the Lord really met her and healed her. And, I ironically gave her voice back. She went out west. She had an encounter that's so beautiful. You have to listen to the podcast to hear all the story, but she had her armor up as a single mom. She was going to prove to everybody just how strong she was. And she was given very wise words. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be soft. And when she surrendered and took down the armor and all the things that she was using to self-protect, she found her calling and she found her true identity. And she shared with me that Jeremiah 1, these verses are how God has spoken to her and really called her to her true self. And it says this: I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations. O sovereign Lord, I said, I can't speak for you. I'm too young. The Lord replied, don't say I'm too young. For you must go wherever I send you and say whatever I tell you. And don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and will protect you. I, the Lord, have spoken. And these were the words that she received that called her back to her voice. Back now she's an author and a speaker. God has used her in many ways. And I think maybe you're that person who you've silenced yourself. You felt you were inappropriate or too much, or maybe you've got this tough armor on too. God says, I want you to speak out for me. I'm going to be with you. You don't need to be afraid. It's not about being a speaker. It's actually just about being freed up to be the person that God created you to be. And that's where we find our true identity in Christ. So I encourage you with those words today. Maybe it's from Jeremiah that's spoken to you. Has God called you to do something? Go do it. Don't be afraid. And that's found in Focus.